Questions about exercise 3.6, which I believe is question 3 on your homework, part B. Now the directions are a bit confusing, but if you pay attention, I think it's not so challenging. But let me go through it with you because I've had a slew of questions and I don't have time to answer every single student's question. So it clearly states in the directions, bright red for part B, do not round intermediate calculations. So I would start there. Go through that whole part B without rounding anything and then come back. Let me show you what I mean here. So it says firm E has net income of $73,000. This is right out of your book. Sales of $1,050,000 and ROI of 16%. Actually, I think it said 15. Let me change that. Actually, that's fine. We'll leave it at 16. This isn't the same example that's in your book, but we'll go with it. So the formula, which you should know, is ROI, return on investment, equals margin times turnover, which we can also break down to say net income over average total assets equals net income over sales, which is equal to your margin, and times sales divided by average total assets. So we are given ROI here, 16%, so we'll plug that in, is equal to net income we know is $73,000, and we know our sales are $1,050. So if we multiply that times turnover, we'll get our answer for turnover, So 16% equals, and here's where the calculations start coming into play. 73,000 divided by 1,050,000 gives you 0.069523. I would say leave at least 7 decimal places. That should be the maximum that most of your calculators will handle. Longer is better, but do at least 7 decimal places here. So we'll take the 16% divided by the 0.695238, and that gives us an answer right here of 2.3013699. Now we'll come back to that in a minute. It does ask for that turnover, but for right now we're going to leave it. Let's go to calculate our average total assets. So we know turnover here is equal to sales divided by average total assets, and we just calculated that turnover, so let's plug that number in right here. You can see where this is going. Then sales were $1,050,000 divided by average total assets. That's what we have to solve for. So if we move the average total assets to this side, then we can divide the the turnover. Take the $1,050,000 divided by our turnover. Again, full decimal places gives us our answer. And this happens to be, let's see, that is the entire answer. Now I asked for it in a whole number, so make sure you round. You may want to use Excel for this. It'll do it for you. Some students seem to have a really hard time with rounding. Also, turnover, it asks you to round to 2 decimal places. So if you do choose to use Excel, you can easily go ahead and let the computer do it for you. So this is the answer you need for turnover. However, you cannot use that answer if you're calculating the average total assets. You need the entire 7 decimal places, I'll say. I wish the instructions were more clear, and I have notified the publisher, but at this point, that's what you're going to need to do to solve to get the correct answer. Thank you.